Of course, it is time for Trend Wave here on Breakfast Central. We have Elizabeth Musa, and I'd like to say Happy International Day of the Girl. It is our day from one girl to another girl.
Yeah, Happy International Day of the Girl, Olive. Thank you so much.
All right,
no one's going to say the same thing to me.
And of course, you're peppering us in red.
Thank you. Okay, sorry, no one's inviting you to this part of the conversation. He's asking
Happy
if no one
International Day of the Girl Child to me too.
To your
There's
girl
a little girl
child.
in me also.
Wow. Is this your way of sort of,
No, it's
announcing to us?
No, it's not. Absolutely not. Good morning, Liz.
Good morning to your surrogate.
All right, Liz, what's happening in Trend Wave?
A lot is happening in Trend Wave. But yesterday, Monday, the 10th of October, Ghana police arraigned and accused Patricia Asiedua, alias Nana Agradaa, before an Accra Circuit Court. Pastor Patricia was arrested on Sunday, the 9th of October, following allegations by members of Heaven Way Church in Weija of deceiving and running away with their monies. According to the aggrieved members of this church, Pastor Patricia had promised to double their monies through a special spiritual endowment, and based on this assurance, the affected worshippers said they were convinced to give her various sums in expectation of multiplied outcomes. She has now been remanded into police custody after pleading not guilty, and she's set to reappear before the court on the 13th of October of this month. But we'll see how people are reacting to this particular story online. According to what people have said on social media, the thing about this whole thing is that this is her first time. She once had a scheme which she called the Gari, Sika Gari, which literally means money Gari, a description of how the money will just rise and rise just as Gari does when it's soaked in water. It sounds funny, but it's not funny. In the midst of all this brouhaha, several social media users have criticized the members of the Get Rich Quick scheme and the police because it's not a first time. Now, that's a comment from Abera. Abera says nothing will happen to her. Let's not talk too much. Isn't here still Ghana, where the law is meant for the poor? That's how Abera feels about this story. We'll take a look at more comments on the story on social media. That comment is from Strategic Policy. It says, what has she done? What is the evidence? Are you sure people were not planted to equalize with her? If you don't provide any strong evidence, that will be a travesty of justice. All the big and small pastors are involved in some kind of fraud. Why her? Only the methods differ. That's a very big one from Strategic Policy. That one's from Cyprian. Cyprian says, this is a time waste to our gallant officers. It's a supply and demand case. How can you give a cat to receive a cow? And as the woman kidnapped them and forced them to bring her their money, some of them in search of miracle, and they got smartness. Ooh. Let's take a look at more comments on this story. That one's from Corey419. Corey says, if they can arrest this woman, then went on to mention a particular brand and says that the CEO also should be equally arrested because the value is the same. Well, that's the story coming out of the Ghanaian social media space today on Trendwave. And it's quite interesting to see that despite how many times people fall for scams like this, it seems to be like every time this happens, there's still a new one unlocked. It almost seems like people don't, when it comes to money, people don't shine their eyes, so to speak. What do you make of this, Osauge and Olive?
Right, just as.
Well, I mean, no. I'm not even sure where to start from.
I mean, there's so many layers to unpack, right? First of all, how dubious and evil the mind of man can be. Secondly, would be how gullible people can be. Third would be the fact that there is inherent poverty that a lot of people have to deal with. For you, I mean, if your mind was exposed, and I'm not talking about poverty of just money, poverty of the mind. If your mind was exposed enough, you would know that it is not possible for you to give a spiritual leader your money and expect for them to double it and it to rise like Gary. So there's so many layers to unpack from this, and I do hope that we get to the bottom of this matter. And it's really embarrassing to see how people have used religion to scam citizens.
Yeah, that's
and the fact that it's not even our first time, and then people still go ahead and fall for this same scam in a different dimension is just very shocking.
If MMM were to come back, some people will still fall for MMM, right?
Definitely, because when it comes to money doubling, people are always falling. That's what I've seen.
I mean, it's really just everyone, hoping that they will not be victims. They want to get in early and, get out and, and then hope that maybe it's the people that come in at the end that will be scammed, but There's also a lot of hunger, like Olive has said, and it's also my one point that I wouldn't leave out is the part about religion and how it has been just totally used as a tool for crime.
Of course, but let's bring it back to the Nigerian social media space, where a post made by a Nigerian Twitter user simply identified as Okufa, declaring himself a survivor after his girlfriend cheated on him and secretly wedded another man, is making the rounds on social media. According to the survivor, his girlfriend informed him that she was going for an event but refused to give out more details about this event, when he later found out that she went for a traditional wedding to another man. Now, that's the post by Uncle Fa. It says, this may sound like banter, but it isn't. If your Igbo babe randomly travels to the East for an event with minimal explanation, that's our wedding. How do I know? I'm a survivor. And then he went on to say that how beautiful and loving Igbo ladies are regardless of his experience. He went on to say that, P.S., despite my experience, I still very much love my Igbo women. They are beautiful, pragmatic, and possess the right amount of wickedness fit for a Yoruba king. Take my tweet as a cancellation at your own risk, because I might return from Mecca and make one my second wife. Wow, this post has gathered quite loads of reactions on social media, and we'll see some of these reactions right now. That comment is from Une. Une says, Bros is speaking from experience. Mine said she wants to see Momsi briefly. I even spoke to her the evening before. It's on Facebook. I came and saw the pics the next morning. Nothing fit shocked me again for this life. Some attendees don't even believe, say, no be me, be the groom. We move. Wow, I love that. That comment is from Prince of Africa. Prince of Africa says, I experienced this in 2010. The babe said she wanted to go see her grandmother. Now, so she come ghost me for like 3 weeks. Later, she come finally open up, say, nah, try she been go do. I be one faint sha. Well, that one is from Miami. Miami says, see, women go for a man that is ready and not available. Even you are available as a boyfriend. Once you aren't ready, expect stories like this. I don't blame them. I just wish that some ladies can be more sincere with it. Let's take a look at more reactions. Klagan says, were you interested in marrying her? Did you tell her, babe, I want to marry you. I'm working to build my finance. Girls want what's best for her, irrespective of your feelings. Well, that's how people are reacting to this particular story on social media. Nigerians are still really well with, lots of comments on this particular story. But, Olive is an Igbo lady. When I saw this story, I'm like, oh, well, I don't think all Igbo ladies are like this, because the way he branded it and said, Igbo babe, like, he didn't just say, oh, my babe. He just said, my Igbo babe. And I'm like, wow, this is shots fired.
It's a fallacy of hasty generalization. That's all I have to say.
That is absolutely not true.
Yes.
Igbo women are known to be that way. Sorry, Olive, I'm not going to agree with you on this one. But hey, we need to go.
We're going to fight once we get out of the studio. Fine. We do not endorse violence, but we have to settle certain issues outside studio. Thank you so much, Liz, for joining us this morning on Breakfast Central.
It's my pleasure.